Kokichi is gentle with So. That's not a good combination, you guys. That are two very, two big liars. And they're together now. Uh-oh. Good day, good people. It is another fine day in the year of the Aviator. I'm your United States Aviator, and welcome back to preseason. Season 3 preseason. Yes, that sounds good enough. Danganronpa, Hunger Games, and what a season it's going to be. Preseason. So you guys know how last season, the preseason victors got a grenade every time they were in a certain simulator? I didn't really work out for too many of them. Any of them, really. I guess Chihiro made it to the finale, but this season, preseason is going to be worth a little bit more. Just a smidge more. A lot more, really. Yeah, let's describe it like this. Instead of getting something bonus for the whole season, the winners and the second place people from this preseason, these 6 episodes, will be placed into the first episode of Season 3. And I bet you're wondering, what does that have to do with anything? What's so special about the first episode, Avi? Well, let me tell you. Also in that episode, along with the 12 people we get from these 6 preseason episodes, there will also be the top 12 people who were in the Season 2 finale. So, if you made the top 12 in the Season 2 finale, and if you come in first or second in these preseason games, you will be in the first episode of Season 3, and once again, you're still asking, that doesn't really explain the importance of the first episode of Season 3. Well, you know how every season we go all the way through to the finale and crown a new Danganronpa Hunger Games champion? Well, Junko Enoshima, the Despair Queen herself, your current Danganronpa champion of champions, will not only defend her title, well, I guess she might not even defend her title in the finale, because in the first episode of Season 3, it will be a championship episode. That's right. So it's gonna be wild. So that means getting first or second here, very, very important. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this episode is big. It is the biggest episode that I've ever had on this simulator, now that I think about it. I bet you're wondering, yeah, so it's Trigger Happy Havoc, it's Goodbye Despair, it's Danganronpa V3, it's Zero Escape, Lost Dimension, and Your Turn to Die? This isn't just a killing game, it's a killing game royale. We have characters from all across dimensions, apparently, because, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to see which killing game trumps over the rest. So it's also weird. Freaking Jin could be your new Danganronpa champion of champions if he does very well in this game and wins the first episode of the season. Or it could be my boy Junpei from Zero Escape. But let's introduce everybody who's actually in this episode, because that's what we gotta do. That's how we start things off. Ladies and gentlemen, from the top, we have Makoto, Hina, Togami, Celeste, Chihiro, Hifumi, Junko, Taka, Kyoko, Leon, Mondo, Mukuro, Sakura, Sayaka, Toko, and Hiro, representing Trigger Happy Havoc. And moving on to Goodbye Despair, we have Hajime, Fat Togami and Akane, Chiaki, Fuyuhiko, Gundam, Crazy Yoko, not extra large, Ibuki, Kazuichi the Ultimate Pimp, Mahiru, Nikan the Trap Master Nagito, Nekomaru, Peko the Knight of the Sword, Sonya the Sheep Wrangler herself, Teru, and Azuru. Will he be forsaken today? I don't know. But our cast from V3 is also here. We have Kaede, Angie, the Juice Box Boy Gonta, Himiko the freaking Fire Mage, Kibo, Kaito, the Luminary of the Losers, Kurumi, the Grill Master, the former champ Kokichi, Cory in the house, Kaki Maki, Mew, Rantaro, the Wish King, Ryoma, Shuichi, Tenko, and Samugi. And if we move along to Zero Escape, we have Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, Junpei, June, Seven, Lotus, and the mysterious Ninth Man. Without any spoilers, I won't say anything about him. Moving on to Virtue's Last Reward, we have Alice, Quark, Luna, K, Dio, Sigma, Phi, and Tenmyoji. And moving along to the final chapter of Zero Escape, we have Time Dilemma. We have the greatest character of all time, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there gosh darn ever will be, Gab. But we also have Carlos, Eric, Q, Diana, and Mira. And if we move along to Lost Dimension, my Monday series, we have Sho, Mana, Himino, the other fire mage, Yoko, Nagi, George, Agito, Toya, Zenji, Marco, Sojiro, and the end. And lastly, from Your Turn to Die. Oh, what a good track. Do you hear that jam that's playing right now? That is the such a good soundtrack. We have Sarah, Joe, Kyutaro, Jin, Kana, Alice, So, Mishima, Now, Keiji, Kai, Reiko, Miley, Ranger, and Safalin, and that is another game of 99 souls will grace this battlefield, but only one will come out on top. So tell me, last place, not important anymore. That was last season. For preseason, first and second place, both real winners in this one, especially for this large game. So tell me, which killing game, which category, which killing game do you think is going to come on top? Is it going to be Trigger Happy Havoc, Goodbye Despair, V3, Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward, Time Dilemma, Lost Dimension, Your Turn to Die? Which one? Tell me which one. Also tell me who you think the winner's going to be and who you think's going to land second place. And heck, since Sayaka's here, let's go ahead and guess. Who do you think's going to be the player of the game, if you think there will be one? Ladies and gentlemen, you guys go ahead, and I'm just going to, I'm going to take this controller, look over there, and play some Super Smash Brothers. Haha, yes. Alright, let me see. I'm gonna play as my favorite main, my boy. My boy. I was gonna say my boy or girl, because Random is the greatest main of all time. I don't know if you guys knew, but I don't have time to. What am I doing? I have no time to play this. Because we have a game of 99 to get through. If I had to pick a winner, it is hard to go against Chihiro, but I think I am going to go against Chihiro. I think it's going to be from Your Turn to Die, and I have a strange suspicion that it's going to be Kana. The Buckethead herself is going to take the big W in this one, and for the loss, for second place, it is going to come from Danganronpa, and it's going to come from Goodbye Despair, and it's going to be ya boy. Bat Togami. He's gonna be so close to finally getting a win, but he's not gonna get it. And if we're talking about player of the game, it's gonna be someone from another dimension, and it is going to be, from another dimension, maybe a lost dimension, phasing in and out of existence, dodging everything that may cross paths with him. It's gonna be Agito, sharing the color hair of Sayaka, but getting rid of her. That's what's gonna happen today. Will it? Will my predictions be true? There's only one way to find out, and that's by clicking Resimulate a couple times, because, that's just what we gotta do to ensure we get some good randomness. And, ladies and gentlemen, scroll on down. The pictures all went a little bit wonky for a second, because we resimulated to get that spiciest of randomness, but shall we proceed? Because it is time. Proceed! And from the top, ladies and gentlemen, as the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. For the first time in preseason, sound the horns! Excellent. Makoto runs away from the cornucopia. Kazuichi and Sigma, and these two immediately becoming friends. I kind of believe that. This version of Sigma and Kazuichi, I believe that they'd be friends. Hino runs away from the cornucopia. Gab and Dio fall in love at first sight despite the circumstances. Who wouldn't fall in love with Gab? Santa and Ryoma fight for a bag. Santa gives up and retreats. Kibo runs away from the cornucopia. Teru grabs a shovel. Fi and Fat Togami both run away from the cornucopia. Chihiro grabs a sword because, let me tell you, Chihiro knows how to win these big games. Kai runs away from the cornucopia, as does So and Sayaka, but Reiko takes a spear from inside of the cornucopia. George runs away from the cornucopia, as does Fuyuhiko and Mikan and Akane. Sakura cries in despair, accomplishing nothing, poor girl. Snake runs away from the cornucopia. Leon breaks Mew's nose for a basket of bread. That's gonna hurt. Didn't expect that from you, Leon, but I guess you got some killing in you. Ranger scares Yoko away from the cornucopia. June ignores the opening assembly and plays video games with Alice instead. Don't get too close to Alice. Clover might get jealous, and we know how Clover gets. The Ninth Man begins to bully Seven relentlessly. No, poor Seven. Kay finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Jin begins to bully Sonya. Jin's just teasing you guys. Jin's just teasing the sheep wrangler. Kaito runs away from the cornucopia. Mana ignores the game and goes looking for food. That's probably a wise decision. Quark and Joe fight for a bag. Joe gives up and retreats. Marco runs away from the cornucopia. Kyoko, Sho, and Hifumi get into a fight. Sho triumphantly kills them both. Kyoko, last place. Come on, girl. You gotta do better than that. You gotta do better than that. Hifumi, you were also gone, though. Kyoko. I know there's so many people rooting for Kyoko, but today is not the day. I am so sorry. Taka grabs a shovel. Tsumugi runs away from the cornucopia. Nekomaru finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Shuichi, Nagi, and Diana assist each other to get the best of weapons. Ace runs away from the cornucopia. Agito and Cory in the house make a suicide pact, but... Ooh. Carlos manages to kill them both before they can go through with it. It was a back attack. The only attack that could hit freaking Agito. Gundam and Luna fall in love at first sight despite the circumstances. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't tell Sonya. Zenji runs away from the cornucopia, as does Gonta and Rantaro and Mira and Sojiro, but Azuru finds a bag full of explosives. Crazy Yoko runs away from the cornucopia. Kyutaro, Junpei, and Junko get into a fight. Junko triumphantly kills them both. That is why she is the champ. That is why she is the champ. Nagito snatches a pair of sais. Keiji runs away from the cornucopia. Ibuki forces Kaede to sing, "Please give me wings." Alright, Ibuki, I didn't know, okay. Angie grabs a jar of fishing bait while Hajime grabs the fishing gear. Clover refuses to fall into despair. I don't believe that. Peko snatches a pair of sais. Lotus repeatedly stabs Sarah to death with sais. Sarah, my girl, no. Sharpshooting, steel-minded, stock exchange, and treasure hunting big sister Sarah is not here to save you today. The Inn runs away from the cornucopia. Mahiru can't remember who they are, but Himino tries to help as they are red-headed sisters. But it's just to no avail. She can't remember. Maybe she can show her photos. Karumi runs away from the cornucopia, as does Himiko and Togami, but Tenko repeatedly stabs Tenmyoji to death with sais because he's a degenerate male. Celeste finds a bow and some arrows and a quiver. Hiro grabs a sword. Safalin runs away from the cornucopia. Alice scares Eric away from the cornucopia. Miley runs away from the cornucopia. Q kills Mondo as he tries to run. Rest in peace, Mondo. Chiaki receives a trident from inside of the cornucopia. Maki argues with Monokuma. Toko runs away from the cornucopia. Mukuro tries to explain... Oh no. Mukuro tries to explain to Monokuma that there's been a mistake, and that she isn't supposed to be here. That's fairly canon, you guys. Mishima runs away from the cornucopia, as does Kana and Kokichi and now Toya. 99 people in this bloodbath, but we made it through. They're gonna start dwindling here at the start of day 1. Just like freaking Togami as he eats toxic berries unknowingly. Rest in peace, boy. Kokichi defeats Yoko in a fight but spares her life. Mana practices her archery, cute. Zenji receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. You're a good healer, Zenji. You're a good healer. Diana confides in Celeste. Kaito steals from Luna while she isn't looking. Kurumi travels to higher ground. Akane, June, Gab, and Azuru hunt for other tributes. Himeno tries to sneak attack Dio, but Dio catches on and runs away. Miu, Sonia, Toko, and Kei play cards together. Junko explores the arena because she is the champ. The ninth man searches for firewood. Himiko defeats Nagito in a fight but spares his life. Reiko sees smoke rise in the distance, but she's like, no, let's not investigate that. Hiro picks flowers. Sho seems to be dead, but it's a lie. Angie practices her archery. Gonto receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. George tries to sneak attack Maki, but Maki catches on and runs away. Kazuichi picks flowers. Snake goes hunting. Nekomaru sprains his ankle while running away from Mira. You better keep running, boy. She will rip your heart out. Now repeatedly stabs Sojiro to death with sighs. Rest in peace, Sojiro. Mahiru thinks about home. Shuichi, Fuihiko, Alice, Fat Togami, and Nagi all look for other people to kill. Samugi traps herself and bleeds out. Rest in peace, girl. Rest in peace. Crazy Yoko runs away from Carlos. Mishima attacks Ibuki, but she manages to escape. Kana investigates the school ground looking for clues. Leon questions Teruteru's sanity. Kaede diverts Sayaka's attention and runs away. Miley sleeps the entire day away from everybody else. Gundam and Kibo hunt for other tributes. Sigma, Kai, and Hina hunt for other tributes as well. Hajime scares off So. Good job, Hajime. Mikan defeats Safalin in a fight but spares her life in a battle between healers. Mikan defeats Safalin. And Alice picks flowers. Ryoma explores the arena. Toya makes a slingshot. Makoto, Ranger, Quark, and Santa play cards together. Marco receives a poison bottle from an unknown sponsor. Chiaki starts to go crazy. Peko attempts to strangle Q, but awkwardly ends up massaging his shoulders. I believe that, Peko. Ace explores the arena. Lotus receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Clover tends to Eric's wounds. Taka explores the arena. Jin begs for Seven to kill him. He reluctantly obliges, killing Jin. Rest in peace, my small boy, my innocent child. Tinko stalks Keiji because she believes he's a degenerate male with something to hide. Probably not too far off. Jill picks flowers. The End and Mukuro play tricks on Sakura while Rantaro steals from her room and Chihiro sprains his ankle while running away from Phi. We lost. 13 people gone. Of the 99, can we get a Claire de Lune 4? Kyoko, Hifumi, Agito, Cory in the house, Kyutaro, Junpei, Sarah, Tenmyoji, Mondo, Togami, Sojiro, Tsumugi, Jin. And I guess we'll see everybody's statuses, look how everyone's faring. Quite a few still in from Trigger Happy Havoc. They only lost, what, 4? 4. Goodbye Despair, still completely intact. Good on you guys. V3 lost Cory in the house and Tsumugi. Zero Escape lost Junpei. Virtue's Last Reward also just lost Junpei. Time Dilemma, still completely there. Lost Dimension lost the Swift Boy and the Healer Boy. 2 people gone, and Your Turn to Die has lost 3. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the standings so far. Those are the standings. Goodbye Despair and Zero Time Dilemma are your only teams still completely in, but that will all change as we click Proceed and go to the next round. Kokichi cuddles up against Kaede, probably trying to make Shuichi jealous, which in turn, because of the finale, will make Junko jealous, and then Junko's going to kill Kokichi for it? Right? That's how this love quadrilateral is going, I guess. Alice tends to Miley's wound. Snake loses sight of where he is. Okay. That man is blind. Phi discovers the mastermind and is killed for it. The death is made to look like an accident. Rest in peace. Quark quietly hums. Mishima sees a fire but stays hidden. Chiaki, Ibuki, and Gonta cheerfully sing songs together. Himeno tends to Mahiru's wounds. Once again, these redheads working together. Eric and Toya exercise underneath the stars. Celeste starts a fire. Carlos tries to sing himself to sleep. Akane screams for help. The End tries to cry himself to sleep. Kiba sneaks up behind a sleeping Azuru and sets his camp on fire, killing Azuru. Rest in peace. Nagi fends Zenji, the ninth man and now, away from her fire. Nagito passes out from exhaustion. Ryoma tries to treat his infection. Diana, Jun, Shuichi, and Kai tell ghost stories to lighten the mood. Oh, that's a nice group of 4, I guess. Kazuichi receives medical supply from an unknown sponsor. 7 hugs Lotus, but Lotus doesn't like it. If you didn't play the original, Zero Escape, this is a good moment right here. That's a pretty good moment right there. Safalin sees a fire but stays hidden. Sigma passes out from exhaustion. Kaito and Clover run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Himiko looks at the nighttime sky. Sho cooks a fire before putting out his fire. Leon tends to his wounds. So is gentle with Kurumi. Stay away from So. Mana tries to stay up all night to catch the mastermind but falls asleep. Gab loses sight of where he is. Dio, Mew, and Mir cheerfully sing songs together. That's a very dastardly trio. Mew is probably Mew is probably the most innocent out of those 3. That's something I never thought I would say. Ace receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Kana, Junko, and Fat Togami discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Nekomaru confesses his love for Taka. Taka gives him a look of disapproval. Hina convinces Keiji to snuggle with her. Wow, okay. Keiji, you didn't have to do much convincing for Keiji. That guy's hiding something, I swear. I don't know yet, but I swear. The romance option is always available for Keiji. Luna chases Hajime, Sayaka, and Rantaro, trying to enforce a curfew. Peko and Fuyuhiko still cannot be separated and exercise under the stars together. Q thinks about winning. Reiko and Joe exercise under the stars. Alice stays awake all night. Angie receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Mikan is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth, the coldest of Mikans. Sonia attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful as well. Maki starts a fire. She is successful. Look, you guys need to learn from Maki. This is why she's cocky. That's like the confidence. That confidence gets her a successful fire. Mukuro puts on a magic show. Chihiro pushes George into a tank of piranhas during the show. That's why you have to watch Chihiro in these games. Tenko holds a secret meeting with Toko, Makoto, Hiro, and Kei. Sakura goes to the Love Hotel with Santa. Yoko lets Marco into her shelter. Ranger goes to the Love Hotel with crazy Hiyoko, but somehow wakes up beside Gundam Tanaka, the supreme overlord of ice. And Teru Teru screams for help. Ladies and gentlemen, if we proceed, we go on to day 2. Kibo, Toya, Kokichi, Nekomaru raid Ace's camp while he's hunting. You probably find all sorts of clues to his dastardly past. Tinko tends to Alice's wounds. Mishima falls into a pit and dies. Mishima, I miss you already. Ranger, Fuyuhiko, Carlos, Chiaki, and Makoto look for other people to kill. Mukuro thinks about home. Himino strangles Himino, get out of here. Himino, look. Himino, you were, dab. Such despair. Sho discovers a river. Angie, Snake, and the End hunt for other tributes. Ryoma fishes. Akane, Q, and Hiro come up with a complicated escape plan. It's probably not going to work with Year 3 minds, to be honest. Year 3 minds, I don't quite believe in them. Kaito overhears Miley and Quark talking in the distance. Dio, Crazy Yoko, and Kana hunt for other tributes. Clover, Kai, Sonia, and now raid Joe's camp while he's hunting. Marco, Mikan, Rantaro, Junko, and Peko hunt for other tributes. Kurumi receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. Alice tries to sneak attack So, but So catches on and run away. Somebody's got to get that boy. Someone's got to get that boy. Zenji tends to Keiji's wounds. Good job, Zenji. Proud of you. Sayaka receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. I don't know who did that, but you need to stop that. Someone needs to get So, and someone needs to get Sayaka. Reiko seems to be dead, but it's a lie. Yoko and Leon talk about their lives. Himiko, not Himino, 2 red-headed fire mages here, and soon they're gonna cross paths. I believe it. I believe in you, RNG. Taka, the ninth man, and Maki talk about their hobbies. Kazuichi runs away from Sigma. Nagi repeatedly stabs Hina to death with sighs. Rest in peace, Hina. Shuichi searches for firewood. Celeste discovers a cave. Luna spends a date ticket on Santa. Kei sprays his ankle while running away from Sabalin. Diana searches for firewood. June and Lotus play tricks on Teru Teru. while Toko steals from his room. I was gonna say, Teru's arrow is very easily distracted, especially by you, Lotus. Gonta makes a wooden spear Eric runs away from. Hajime. Kaede and Gundam work together to drown Nagito. Rest in peace, Trap Master. They trapped you underwater. You're breathing. The one trap that nobody can avoid. The inability to breathe. Mahiru questions Fat Togami's sanity. Mew, Sakura, and Ibuki hunt for other tributes. Mana cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Mana, no. Mira receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor, and Chihiro travels to higher ground, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for, yes, a Claire de Lune. 9 cannon shots. Hit it up 4. 5. Azuru. 7. George. Mishima. Gab. Hina. Nagito. Mana. Shall we look at everyone's statuses? I do believe we shall. If we see Trigger Happy Havoc, they've lost a couple, but not too many. There's the 2 first people gone from Goodbye Despair were Nagito and Azuru. V3 didn't lose anybody that round, still just missing Cory in the house and Tsumugi. Zero Escape has lost Junpei and 7 altogether now. Virtue's Last Reward, missing Tenmyoji and Phi. Gab, the saddest loss from today. There's the results from Lost Dimension, and Mishima is gone. I miss them already, you guys. But I can't miss people for too long because we still have plenty of people alive. We have to go on and hit ourselves to proceed because it's the start of night 2. Q begs for Himiko to kill him. She refuses, and she's like, you know what, I'm not gonna burn you alive today. Not today. Maybe, ask me some other time, and maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll set you ablaze with my flamethrower. Ranger and Ibuki sleep in shifts. Kaito, Luna, and Gonta get into a fight. Gonta triumphantly kills them both. Maybe this boy is on a mission to get a better season. Toya convinces Nekomaru to snuggle with him. Safalin destroys Nagi's supplies while she's asleep. Clover sets up camp for the night. Chihiro starts a fire. Fuyuhiko fends Alice, Makoto, and Kai away from his fire. Diana cries herself to sleep. Poor Diana. Eric holds a secret meeting with Keiji, Kana, Sonya, and Taka. Kibo goes to the Love Hotel with Junko, but somehow ends up waking up beside Sigma. That's an interesting swap. Interesting swap there. Carlos and Toko hold hands. Mahiru lets Miley into her shelter. Might be a mistake, Mahiru. Might be a mistake. Sho confesses his love for Kei. Kei gives him a look of disapproval. Kei is like, I don't know if I feel the same way. I'm sorry. Joe cries himself to sleep. Reiko passes out from exhaustion. Kaede is awoken by nightmares. Kokichi is gentle with So. That's not a good combination, you guys. That are two very, two big liars. Then they're together now. Uh-oh. Ace cooks his food before putting out his fire. The End, Leon, and Now cheerfully sing songs together. Gundam stays awake all night. Fat Togami shoots an arrow into the pimp's head. Rest in peace, Ultimate Pimp, but I am rooting for Fat Togami. Snake attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Sayaka sets up camp for the night. Someone needs to unset up her camp. Celeste, Mukuro, Marco, and Alice sleep in shifts. Teru climbs a tree to rest. Zenji and Himino hold hands. That's not the... You are both very, very powerful figures in a relationship. I advise you guys not to hold hands, to be honest. Mikan looks at the nighttime sky. Cork cooks his food before putting out his fire. Mew attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. With all that inventing, Mew, you can't start a fire. I'm sure you've started many accidental fires. You can figure it out, girl. Angie looks at the nighttime sky. Chiaki goes to the Love Hotel with Kurumi, but somehow ends up next to Hajime. I think she got a good trade. As much as I love Kurumi, Chiaki and Hajime, apparently destined to be together. Maki and June huddle together for warmth. Ryoma begs for Mira to kill him. She refuses, keeping Ryoma alive. Tenko goes to sleep. Yoko sets up camp for the night. Rantaro tries to stay up all night to catch the mastermind but falls asleep. Shuichi, Hiro, and Santa discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. The ninth man kills Peko as she tries to run. Rest in peace, Peko. Crazy Yoko and Dio huddle for warmth, Akane goes to the Love Hotel with Lotus, and Sakura tries to stay up all night to catch the mastermind, but she falls asleep. It is time for day 3. Toya receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Zenji, Gundam, Keiji, and Ranger raid Himino's camp while she's hunting. Soa receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Yikes. Alice seems to be dead, but it's a lie. Shuichi practices archery. The 9th man investigates the school grounds looking for clues. Eric, Ace, Himiko, and Carlos all play cards together. That's very, very Zero Escape, and then Himiko's just like, yeah, sure, why not? Chiaki stabs Now with a tree branch. I guess you're joining Mishima, rest in peace. Kibo camouflages himself in the bushes. Diana seems to be dead, but it's a lie. Reiko, Gonta, and Toko hunt for other tributes. Ryoma steals from Takawali's and looking. Nekomaru falls into a pit, but somehow lives. Sonya runs away from Clover. Hopefully she's not wielding an axe. Mira forces Maki to kill Tinko or Angie. She decides to kill Angie. Rest in peace, Divine Knight. Kei defeats Santa in a fight, but spares his life. Marco bashes Nagi's head against a rock several times. You guys are... wow, I guess Marco's a big-time traitor. Mahiru tends to Crazy Yoko's wounds. Fuyuhiko receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. Don't use it on yourself. I know that Pekko's gone, but don't do that, Fuyuhiko. Sakura makes a deal with Teru. What kind of deal? Uh-oh. Junko dies trying to escape the arena. The champ is down, you guys. Fat Togami goes hunting. Hajime at the end. Miley and Mew raid Sayaka's camp while she's hunting, but while you guys are doing that, you should just wait and then gang up on her and murder her. Yes? 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 Sounds like a good idea, you four. Please, do it for me. Dio, Kana, Q, and Leon form a suicide pact, killing themselves. The 4 of them are now outski. Kurumi begs for Akane to kill her. She refuses, keeping Kurumi alive. Rantaro's trap kills Sho. Rest in peace, Sho. The main character is now gone from Lost Dimension. Snake injures himself. Joe picks flowers. Kai shoots an arrow into Mukuro's head. Rest in peace, Mukuro. Safal and June and Kaede get chased by a rampaging hero. Yoko fishes. Makoto attempts to strangle Sigma, but awkwardly ends up massaging his shoulders. He's got some decent-sized shoulders. I'm not surprised, Makoto. Lotus confides in Kokichi. That's a mistake, Lotus. That's a big-time mistake. Alice kills Ibuki with her own weapon. Rest in peace. You got tortured by a fire-breathing guitar. Cork receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Chihiro chases Mikan, and Celeste injures herself. Somebody help her. Do I have anybody left in the squad other than Celeste? Celeste, get it together. You're holding out for the squad. But speaking of holding out, 15 cannon shots. 15 people are gone. Can we get a Claire de Lune for? Kaito. Luna. Kazuichi. Pekko. Now. Angie. Nagi. Junko. Dio. Kana. Q. Leon. Sho. Mukuro. Ibuki. And if we see everybody's statuses, everybody, we have Makoto, Celeste, Chihiro, Taka, Sakura, Sayaka, Toko, and Hiro. 8 people on Trigger Happy Havoc from Goodbye Despair. We still have Hajime, Akane, Fat Togami, Chiaki, Fuyuhiko, Gundam, Crazy Hiyoko, Mahiru, Mikan, Nekomaru, Sonya, and Teru. That's 12 people. In V3, we still have Kaede, Gonta, Himiko, Kibo, Kurumi, Kokichi, Maki, Mew, Rantaro, Ryoma, Shuichi, and Tinko. Another 12. Wow, geez, you guys are doing well. Zero Escape, we still have Ace, Snake, Santa, I don't know why I keep saying Santa instead of Santa, Clover, June, Lotus, and the 9th man with 7 people. Virtue's Last Reward still has Alice, Quark, Kay, and Sigma, probably the lowest squad with 4. I spoke too soon because Time Dilemma still has Carlos, Eric, Diana, and Mira, also 4. Lost Dimension has Himino, Yoko, Toya, Zenji, Marco, and the end with 6. And Your Turn to Die still has Joe. Thank you, Joe, for surviving. Alice, So, Keiji, Kai, Reiko, and all 3 of the dolls, bringing them to what, 9, I think? They have Miley, Ranger, and Safalin. That's where everybody's ranking so far. Danganronpa, Goodbye Despair, and V3 are doing the best, but that can all change with an arena event, or a terribly brutal day, or the feast, but we have to find out if it'll be any of those because it is time to proceed to night 3. Alice and Reiko sleep in shifts. Kiba stays awake all night. Rantaro tries to catch the mastermind by staying awake all night, but falls asleep. Kei, Yoko, Sigma, and Quark sleep in shifts. Keiji tries to sing himself to sleep, but you know what? Something's up with that boy. Gundam receives a hatch from an unknown sponsor. Eric cuddles up against Tenko. Interesting. Chihiro attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Sayaka passes out from exhaustion. While she's passed out, somebody get rid of her. Taka and Chiaki fight the End and Celeste. The End and Celeste survive. You can't defeat the End. He's on a whole nother plane of existence than you. Kurumi holds a secret meeting with Kaede, so Mahiru and Sonia. Miley receives a hatch from an unknown sponsor. Clova sets up camp for the night. Diana fins Akane, Joe, and Teru away from her fire. Kokichi convinces Mira to snuggle with him. Himiko quietly hums. Makoto goes to the Love Hotel with Sakura. That's my secret ship, you guys. Makoto and Sakura. Don't ask me why. Lotus goes to the Love Hotel with Toya. Fuyuhiko goes to the Love Hotel with Gonta, but somehow wakes up beside Mew. Look. He's like, I need some protection, Gonta, and then somehow Mew shows up. Pekko's not gonna like that. It's a good thing she's already out. Carlos passes out from exhaustion. Crazy Yoko tries to sing herself to sleep. Fat Togami receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. It was me, you guys, because I want that boy to take a W. Kai begs for Tenko to kill him. Even though he's a degenerate male, she refuses, keeping Kai alive. Alice receives a medical splash from an unknown sponsor. Ranger cries himself to sleep. Not rest in peace. Tears to the old boy. Or the old doll. I don't really know yet. The Ninth Man and Snake sleep in shifts. Himino tries to treat her infection. Ryoma, Mikan, Safalin, and Hajime sleep in shifts. A starving Santa nearly trades half of his supplies for June's loaf of bread. Oh, look at that. Look at those two. Hiro and Shuichi huddle together for warmth. Marco stabs Ace in the back with a trident. Nekomaru and Zenji run into each other to truce for the night. Oh, look at that. You decided to truce. That might have been hard to convince Zenji, but I believe in you, Nekomaru. You are the ultimate team leader. And Maki climbs a tree to rest. That is dangerous because trees are a major killer in this game at the start of day 4. Gonta attempts to strangle Crazy Hiyoko, but awkwardly ends up massaging her shoulders. Yes. Kaede pushes Himiko off of a cliff during a knife fight. Kurumi picks flowers. Mira questions Fat Togami's sanity. I guess someone who is just being an imposter, I would question their sanity too. But I would also question Mira's sanity, so let's take a step back there. Toko attempts to strangle Kei, but once again, these awkward massages there are popping up all over the place now. Diana receives clean water from the unknown sponsor. The Ninth Man runs away from Clover. That's a wise decision. Joe, Lotus, and Reiko get chased by a rampaging Quark. Mew dies of hunger. Rest in peace, Mew. You need a sandwich or something. Give Mew a freaking Snickers. She's dead when she's hungry. Keiji chases Safalin around with a mace. Kiba, Ryoma, Zenji, and Carlos raid Kai's camp while he's hunting. I bet you guys found something like a laptop. Yoko kills Hiro with his own weapon. The End tends to Shuichi's wounds. Himino searches for a water source. Mahiru tries to sneak attack Chihiro, but Chihiro knows the situation far too well and gets away. Sigma makes a wooden spear. So tends to Maki's wounds. Nekomaru receives medical splash from an unknown sponsor. Fuyuhiko, Gundam, and Akane discuss the killing life so far. Sakura collects fruit from a tree. Sonia, Marco, Kokichi, and Sayaka hunt for other tributes. Makoto chases Celeste around with a mace. Calm down there, no mace Naegi. Hold on, your Butterfingers let you hold on to a mace this time. That's why you didn't kill her with the mace though, because it probably slipped right out of your hands. Toya receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Alice seems to be dead, but it's a lie. Snake unknowingly eats toxic berries. Rest in peace to the blind boy. Teru injures himself. Mikan sprains her ankle running away from June. Eric steals from Rantaro while he isn't looking. Angie fishes. Miley receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. Ranger picks flowers. Santa kills Hajime while he's resting. Rest in peace to the main character. And Tenko starts to go insane. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 cannon shots. 8 people gone. Claire de Lune 4. Taka, Chiaki, Ace, Himiko, Mew, Hiro, Snake, Hajime. And if we take a quick peek at everybody's statuses, we are 4 days in, and Team Trigger Happy Havoc not looking too great after that day. They have, 5 people? 6 people left. 6 people left over there. Goodbye Despair still looking fine. V3 still looking okay. Hopefully your picks are doing okay. I'm surprised that, my boy Fat Togami is still in there. Zero Escape. Across the Zero Escape cast from the original Two-Time Dilemma, they are doing fairly well for themselves. Lost Dimensions lost a few souls, but they're still doing alright. And Your Turn to Die, it's just really Trigger Happy Havoc that's struggling in terms of lost souls. But all of that can change. They could be the last 6 survivors of the game. I would hope not, because freaking Sayaka's there. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to proceed. We need to find ourselves first and second place at the start of Night 4. It could be Alice because he receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Fat Togami, Safalin, Gundam, and June tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Mahiru receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Kibo looks up at the nighttime sky. Lotus severely slices Yoko with a sword. Rest in peace, Yoko. The End, the Ninth Man, and Teru Teru cheerfully sing songs together. All 3 of you with some sort of ulterior motive with everything that you do. Zenji quietly hums. Miley questions her sanity. Nekamaru destroys Toya's supplies while he is asleep. Kaede goes to sleep. Carlos quietly hums, but right below that, a starving Kurumi trades nearly half of her supplies for Himino's loaf of bread. I can imagine that exchange. Marco receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Everyone's probably sponsoring Marco. Marco's the precious bean of that game. Marco's low-key probably the freaking, the Jin. He's not a Jin, let's be honest. There's no one like Jin. Kokichi and Makoto tell stories about themselves to each other. Kokichi probably told some lies. Fuyuhiko, Shuichi, Chihiro, Rantaro, and Eric sleep in shifts. Ranger tries to stay up all night to catch the mastermind but falls asleep. So sets up camp for the night. Kai, Keiji, Santa, and Ryoma sleep in shifts. Celeste receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. It was the rest of the squad. We're trying to support our girl. Gonta, Sakura, and Sigma cheerfully sing songs together. Diana chases Maki, Alice, and Toko, trying to enforce a curfew. Mikan cries herself to sleep. Tenko destroys Crazy Yoko's supplies while she's asleep. Mira bashes Joe's head in against a rock several times. Joe! Akane, Reiko, Clover, and Sayaka tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Cork is gentle with Kay, and Sonya loses sight of where she is. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll proceed. It is day 5. And the end spends a date ticket on Teru Teru. I don't know why there's just this weird, this really weird alliance between Teru Teru and the End, but it exists. Marco tries to find every Monokuma on the grounds. Keiji sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Crazy Yoko, Reiko, and Sayaka hunt for other tributes. Rantaro chases Akane around with a mace. Nekamaru travels to higher ground. Kurumi poisons Mikan's drink, but mistakes it for her own and dies. That does not seem like you, Kurumi. Maybe you just had a change of heart and she was like, I can't just do this to poor Mikan. Mikan survives though. Alice, Diana, and Himino hunt for other tributes. Santa, Toya, Tenko, and Safalin hunt for other tributes as well. Chihiro, Miley, and Kay get chased by a rampaging Clover. She has an ex, so run for it. Cork injures himself. Carlos and Lotus split up to search for other resources. Kibo receives a hatch from an unknown sponsor. Sigma glares at Makoto and says, "Do you want to die?" Makoto runs away. Ryoma and So talk about their lives. So's probably lying this time. Ranger, Kaede, and the Ninth Man hunt for other tributes. Mahiru glares at Zenji and says, "Do you want to die?" holding up her infinity gauntlet. Ready to snap, Zenji runs away. Wise move, Zenji. Gonta and Toko hunt for other tributes. June feigns death, tricking Maya into ignoring her. Wow, June, look at these next level strats. Fat Togami receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Eric, Sakura, Celeste, Gundam, and Kai look for other people to kill. Alice overhears Maki and Fuyuhiko talking in the distance. He's trying to find himself a new defense girl. Kokichi defeats Shuichi in a fight, but spares his life, and Sonya questions her sanity again. Okay, Sonya. Look, leave that to Crazy Hiyoko because we lost 3 people today. The Fallen Tributes, A Claire de Lune 4. Yoko. Joe. Karumi. And we don't really need to see everybody's statuses, we just lost 1 person from those 3 groups. So everything still looks pretty fine, to be honest. Won't lie, everything looks a-okay. So we're just gonna continue, because that was just Joe from there. That's their all first row gone. Yoko's gone from there, so that does dwindle their group a little bit. They're down to their final 5. And V3 is still looking fine without Karumi, so let's continue. Let's go on, let's proceed. Just like I said, Trigger Happy Havoc could keep their 6, and they could just go on to the end, because at the start of night 5, Reiko dies from an infection. Rest in peace, Reiko. Fuihiko receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. K and Keiji, the K-boys, talk about the tribute still alive. Nekomaru tends to his wounds. Akane begs for Eric to kill her. He refuses, keeping Akane alive. Gonta receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Toko sets up camp for the night. Corp attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Alice destroys Miley's supplies while she is asleep. The Ninth Man and Zenji and June get into a fight, and the Ninth Man triumphantly kills them both. Rest in peace. Diana quietly hums. Lotus fends Himino, Sakura, and Kokichi away from her fire. That is very impressive, to be honest. Sakura especially. The Fire Mage, indeed. Kokichi, you could probably beat Kokichi. Mira thinks about winning. Fat Togami is unable to start a fire and sleep without warmth, but he's a big boy. He's basically a radiator of heat. Mahiru, Sonya, Tenko, and Crazy Yoko sleep in shifts. A starving Santa trades nearly half of his supplies for Ranger's loaf of bread. I'd like to see Ranger trading half of his supplies for another person's loaf of bread, because we've started like a chain between these loaves of the loaves of bread trading. I think that bread is cursed. Mikan throws a knife into Safalin's chest. Rest in peace. She could probably heal herself, to be honest. Shuichi fends Kaede, Gundam, and Celeste away from his fire. Ryoma is awoken by nightmares. Chihiro stays awake all night to avoid said nightmares. Marco passes out from exhaustion. Clover defeats So in a fight but spares his life. Come on, Clover. You were chasing and rampaging earlier. Kill So. Makoto accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Kibo and Rantaro tell stories about themselves to each other. Sayaka cries herself to sleep. That would be so sad if it wasn't Sayaka. Sigma lets Alice into his shelter. Kai starts a fire. The end kills Maki with a hatchet. Rest in peace, Maki. You couldn't touch him because he's on an entirely different plane of existence. Carlos goes to sleep, and Toya cuddles up against Teru Teru. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for day 6. So picks flowers. That is suspiciously innocent. Fat Togami, Toko, Akane, Quark, and Kaede look for other people to kill. In an effort to survive, Sonya strangles Mikan with toilet paper. Mikan tears through it and breaks Sonya's neck in retaliation. Mikan, you're doing alright for yourself, but so long to the sheep wrangler. Not today, apparently. Sayaka, Rantaro, The End, Clover, and Himino track down and kill Kokichi. Rest in peace, former champ. The Ninth Man thinks about home. Diana tends to Toya's wounds. Kay and Lotus split up to search for resources. Ranger sprains his ankle while running away from Marco. Keiji sleeps the entire day away from everyone else. That's probably wise. A Monokuma unit corners Miley and mauls her, telling her that he is the true master of killing games. Get at him. Don't at him. Don't at Monokuma. Kibo attempts to strangle Kai, but awkwardly ends up massaging his shoulders. Carlos, Gonta, Mira, Santa, Crazy Yoko, and Fuihiko play a round of Nagito's version of Russian roulette, and Santa wins. Which means we've just lost Carlos, and Gonta, and Mira, and Crazy Hiyoko, and Fuihiko. Shuichi runs away from Teru Teru. Tenko attacks Sigma, but Mahiru protects him, killing Tenko. Wow, she was probably like, at least I got killed by a non-degenerate. Eric, Ryoma, and Chihiro get into a fight, but Eric triumphantly kills the 2 smaller peoples. Eric, come on, jeez Louise, you were having really a decent game for yourself. Alice collects fruit from a tree. Nekomaru searches for a water source. Alice pushes Gundam off a cliff during a knife fight. Rest in peace, my boy, the Supreme Overlord of this. Has been a really deadly day, hasn't it? Hold on. Sakura questions her sanity, and Celeste More death. Unknowingly eats toxic berries. There goes my squad girl. Proceed. We 19. Jeez Louise. Nearly a fifth of the total field. Over a fifth of the total field now that I think about it. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a Claire de Lune 4? Reiko. Zenchi. June. Safalin. Makoto. Maki. Sonia. Kokichi. Miley. Carlos. Gonta. Mira. Crazy Hyoko. Fuyuhiko. Tenko. Ryoma. Chihiro. Gundam Tanaka, the Supreme Overlord of Ice. Celeste, of the squad. After that, we need to see everybody's statuses because, geez Louise, Trigger Happy Havoc has gone from 6 to 3. Goodbye Despair still has Akane, Fat Togami, Mahiru Mikan, Nekamaru, and Teru Teru. They're at 6. V3 has also dwindled dramatically, also down to just 3. Kaede, Rantaro, I'm sorry, Kibo's up there too, and Shuichi, so they actually have 4. Zero Escape has 4 as well. They have Santa with 6 kills, jeez Louise. Clover, Lotus, and the 9th man. Virtue's Last Reward. We have Alice, Quark, K, and Sigma as your final 4. Time Dilemma has Eric and Diana, just those 2. Lost Dimension has Himino, Toya, Marco, and the end. Will the end outlast the hero team? Who knows? And Your Turn to Die still has Keiji, So, Alice, Kai, and Ranger 5. So it looks like they might be doing the best. Are they doing the best? I believe they are doing the best next to Goodbye Despair, who had 6. But that could all change. They could go down 2-0 in this next round because we have to click proceed because we have to find out first and second place who's it going to be. At the start of night 6, Marco receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Sakura tends to her wounds. We have not had an arena event or the feast at all, and it has been 6 days. Jeez Louise. The 9th man receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Mikan goes to sleep. Toya starts a fire. Diana receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Kei, Himino, Keiji, and Nekamaru sleep in shifts. So is awoken by nightmares. A starving Kibo trades nearly half of his supplies for Fat Togami's loaf of bread. I'm surprised Fat Togami gave it up. Eric thinks about winning. Sayaka holds a secret meeting with Alice, Rantaro, Ranger, and Santa. Hopefully you guys realized after that meeting that she is pure evil, and you guys go after her. Clover bleeds out due to unrelated injuries. Aw, that's a shame. Untreated injuries, not unrelated. I was like, what injuries did you have before this game? Who let you participate? Akane questions her sanity. Kaede, Sigma, and Toko cheerfully sing songs together. Akane, Teru, Kai, and Lotus tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Quark and Shuichi exercise under the stars. The end looks at the nighttime sky, and Mahiru tends to her wounds. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll proceed. It is day 7. Kibo attempts to strangle Sakura. You shouldn't have even tried that, my boy. Look at those shoulders. Can you even get your grip around her neck? I could not. I have huge hands, and I could not do that. Sigma attempts to climb a tree, but falls on Sayaka, killing them both. Sigma, you may have died, but you ended up as the player of the game. You fell. In fact, no, you didn't fall. You didn't just fall. You fell with style, and it was absolutely glorious. Proud of you, Sigma. It's a shame you died. Akane and Himino hunt for other tributes. Santa tries to find every single Monokuma unit on the school grounds. Kai searches for firewood. Teru receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Kaede scares Alice off. Marco and Mikan and Quark make homemade weapons. Cute. I believe that Quark probably led the expedition, and in fact, all 3 of them are probably decent at making things. They have some sort of knowledge, especially Mikan's, like, science knowledge or medicine knowledge. She might not even make them. Well, she understands how they work. I'm giving you plenty of credit, Mikan. Rantaro sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Shuichi forces Fat Togami to kill Toya or Toko. He decides to kill Toko. Rest in peace, Toko, the squad's secretary. Keiji seems to be dead but is still alive. Mahiru tries to spearfish with a trident. Kei attempts to massage the ninth man's shoulders but accidentally ends up strangling him. Huh. The opposite of what's been happening this entire game. Okay. So, investigates the school grounds looking for clues. Diana camouflages herself in the bushes. Eric unleashes his final smash on the End and Ranger. They both lose their final stock. Rest in peace to those two. Eric, I don't know what your final smash is, but you did it, and oh my goodness. Lotus, Nekomaru, and Alice make homemade weapons, and Claire de Lune time. We lost 7 tributes, 7 cannon shots can be heard in the distance, and so can faintly a Claire de Lune. Clover. Sigma. Freaking Sayaka. Toko. The ninth man. The End. Ranger. If we see everybody's statuses now, we are down another chunk. We lost 2 from Trigger Happy Havoc, so Sakura is their last person standing, but we know that she knows how to win these games. Goodbye Despair still has their 6, nobody was down from them. Kaede and Kibo and Shuichi and Rantaro still survive. Clover and the ninth man both died, leaving us only with Santa and Lotus. Alice, Cork, and Kei survive. Diana and Eric still alive. Lost Dimensions, Himino, and Toya, and Marco. The 3 of them are the final trio there, and Your Turn to Die still has 4 remaining: Kai, Alice, So, and Keiji. I am getting a little bit worried that So is gonna win this one, to be honest. I don't really want that, but you know what? It could happen, and I'd have to be okay with it, question mark? I can't re-record it, so I think I'd have to be okay with it. For the integrity of the series, hopefully So doesn't win. Let's proceed. Let's find out who takes this one at the start of night 7. Jeez, we are a week in. I guess with 99 people, you expect it to go pretty long. Sakura receives fresh fruit from another sponsor, I'm sorry. Starving. A starving Akane trades nearly half of her supplies for a loaf of Quark's bread. That is the most accurate exchange that I can she would trade pretty much anything for food. She was like, I will give you the clothes off of my back for that loaf of bread. Keiji goes to the Love Hotel with Teru Teru. Okay. Keiji, your romance option is getting a little bit desperate now. Eric and Fat Togami talk about the tribute still alive. Alice chases Toya, So, and Kai trying to enforce a curfew. Lotus convinces Himino to snuggle with her. Rantaro looks at the nighttime sky. Nekomaru goes to the Love Hotel with Mikan and ends up next to Shuichi. I don't know if is that a good trade? I think that's good on you, Shuichi. That's you and the buff Nekomaru, you guys, taking it together, proud of you. Mahiru, Kei, Kaede, Marco, and Santa sleep in shifts. Kibo receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Alice receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. And Diana tries to stay up all night to catch the mastermind but falls asleep. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll proceed. It is time for day 8. Alice constructs a shack looking a lot like Corey, to be honest. Shuichi, Nekomaru, and Fat Togami get into a fight. Nekomaru triumphantly kills them both. So long, Fat Togami. I believed in you. I truly did. Eric, Santa, and Lotus discuss the killing life so far. Kaede travels to higher ground. Mahiru glares at Teru Teru after he said some sort of cocky, gross remark, and she's like, do you want to die? Once again, with her Infinity Gauntlet ready to snap, Teru Teru freaks out and runs away. Sakura makes a deal with Kibo. Alice, Himino, So, and Marco hunt for other tributes. Kai spears Diana in the abdomen. Rest in peace, Diana. Kei, Toya, and Keiji hunt for other tributes. Rantaro and Akane talk about their lives. Mikan attacks Quark, but he manages to escape. Get out of there, Quark. Get out of there. I believe in you. You'll make it. It is time for fallen tributes. We lost 3. Claire de Lune 4. Shuichi. Fat Togami. Diana. We'll see everybody's statuses once more. Because Sakura still remains. We still have 5 left now from Goodbye Despair. V3 now only has 3. Zero Escape still has 2, Virtue's Last Reward with 3, but now Zero Time Dilemma has their final person left, and it is Eric. The other 2 camps remain untouched as we proceed into the next night. Night 8. Himino, Teru, and Mikan sleep in shifts. Teru. I don't know how you got in between those 2, but you were probably just unbearable right now. Kai receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Rantaro holds a secret meeting with Mahiru, Nekomaru, Sakura, and Lotus. Alice goes to the Love Hotel with Santa, but somehow ends up waking up next to So. You're probably actually freaking out right now, Alice. Cork quietly hums. Kaede and Eric talk about the tribute still alive. Keiji cries himself to sleep. Toya cuddles up against Alice. Kibo defeats Marco in a fight but spares his life. Akane attempts to climb a tree but falls to her death. That's another one from trees. And Kei passes out from exhaustion. We have day 9. Nekomaru glares at Quark and says, "Do you want to die?" And Quark runs away. I would too. That's an intimidating presence that Nekomaru has at all times, but he's such a good guy. So, makes a wooden spear. Marco falls into a pit and dies. Rest in peace, Marco. Your psychic abilities were not good enough to avoid a pit. Lotus, Sakura, Kai, and Teru hunt for other tributes. Keiji sprains his ankle while running away from Kibo. Rantaro, Eric, and Kaede successfully ambush and kill Himino, Toya, and Kade. Jeez Louise, that is 2 Lost Dimension gone and 1 person from Virtue's Last Reward. Mahiru kills Santa while he's resting, and there's another person gone from Zero Escape. Alice, Mikan, and Alice... I'm sorry. I don't know why I didn't realize this. There's 2 Alices in this game. Alice, Mikan, and Alice discuss the killing life so far. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll proceed. 6 cannon shots. Can we get a Claire de Lune 4? Akane. Marco. Himino. Toya. Kei. Santa. And shall we look at everyone's status after that? Once again, Sakura still holding strong, still can win this one. Goodbye Despair now only has 4, Mahiru, Mikan, Nekomaru, and Teru. V3 is still holding on strong with Kaede, Kibo, and Rantaro, their final 3. 2 of their final 3 both have 5 kills. You guys have been very good as a district. Zero Escape is now down to just Lotus. Virtue's Last Reward now has Alice and Cork. Zero Time Dilemma still remains, 7 kills, Eric? Holy heck. Lost Dimension now completely gone, unfortunately. Lost Dimension out first. Rest in peace to Lost Dimension. And Your Turn to Die still remains with their strong 4. Who will take the victory? Who will take 2nd place? And which teams will come out on top? Who will be the best killing game? Let's find out. Let's proceed to Night 9. Rantaro and Alice work together to drown Kaede. I guess freaking Rantaro really wanted revenge. Even though he doesn't know he's getting revenge on the wrong person, Alice is unable to convince Kai not to kill her. Rest in peace, Alice. Mikan receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Cork is gentle with Mahiru. Eric and Kibo talk about the tribute still alive. Keiji chases Lotus. Nekomaru and So trying to enforce a curfew. I guess he is a policeman. Sakura silently snaps Teru's neck. Ugh, rest in peace, Teru, because we have to proceed. It is the feast. This is like the first event that wasn't just a day-night. Wow. After 9 full days, the start right before day 10, we finally got an event. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Mahiru decides not to go to the feast. Kibo bashes So's head in with a mace. Kibo, look. You got my blessing, boy. You do. You do. You got me a win in Season 2. Hopefully, you win this one. I believe in you. Kai decides not to go to the feast. So does Keiji. Mikan grabs as much as he can before fleeing. Cork decides not to go to the feast. Nekomaru, Rantaro, Lotus, and Eric team up to grab food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs. Alice decides not to go to the feast. And Sakura cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. No. It's too real. Oh, we still have day 10 to go through too. Mikan, Alice, and Kai get chased by a rampaging Keiji. He really wants to enforce that curfew. Quark kills Nekomaru as he tries to run. Jeez Louise. Lotus glares at Eric and says, "Do you want to die?" And Eric runs away. Rantaro, I don't know about that, Eric. You have a lot of kills. You have like 7 kills. You have 7 kills. I think you should just return. It's like, no? Do you? Rantaro receives an explosion. I might actually add that as an event. This entirely glares at them and says, "Do you want to die?" The person turns around and says, "No, do you?" And then that person runs away. Rantaro receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor, and Kibo kills Mahiru with a hatchet. See, he cut off the hand with the Infinity Gauntlet. See, Kibo's making $1 million moves right now, you guys. $1 million moves. We'll proceed. 7 cannon shots. Claire de Lune 4. Kaede, Alice, Teru, freaking So, Sakura, Nekomaru, Mahiru. And if we see everybody's statuses now, Trigger Happy Havoc is now completely gone. Goodbye Despair's last survivor is Mikan. V3 still has 2 people, Rantaro with 6 KOs, wow, and Kibo now with 3. Zero Escape still has Lotus, Virtue's Last Reward still has Quark, Time Dilemma still has Eric with 7, Lost Dimension still gone, and now, with only 3 people left, KG, Alice, and Kai remain. For your turn to die. Who will win? I don't know who's gonna win. Out of these people, I am still rooting for Kibo after he took out So. That's all I gotta say, you guys. That's all I gotta say. But let's proceed. Let's find out who takes this W. Because at the start of night 10, Kibo, Eric, and Alice successfully ambush and kill Mikan, Quark, and Rantaro. And just like that, I think Kibo is the last remaining person. Yes, the last remaining person from Danganronpa. So good on you, Kibo. Unfortunately, you turned against Rantaro. I don't know what that was all about. The outside world must have been like, yeah, turn against your teammate. Lotus receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. KG thinks about home, and Kai attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. So we are down to our final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to proceed. Next round. Yes? No, not Claire de Lune. I was like, I was so off. Eric chases KG around with a mace. Kai, Alice, and Kibo hunt for other tributes, and Lotus practices our archery. Nothing happened that day, but we already lost not quite a few, we lost 3. In the terms of people that were left, that is quite a few. But can we get a Claire de Lune 4? Mikan, Quark, Rantaro, the Wish King. And we'll see everybody's statuses. Ladies and gentlemen, we know Trigger Happy Havoc, gone. Goodbye Despair, gone. V3, still surviving. Now Kibo's there with 6. Zero Escape, still surviving with Lotus. Virtue's Last Reward is now gone. Time Dilemma, Eric with 10 kills. 10. Wow. Lost Dimension, gone. Your Turn to Die, still with the strongest pool. Everyone else has 1. They still have 3. But that doesn't mean a thing, because they can all die next time once I click proceed. But we have to take a winner. In fact, tell me in the comments right now, Kibo, Lotus, Eric, Alice, Kai, or KG, who's taking this W as I click proceed. Wait, did you tell me? I hope you told me. Thank you, because it is time to find out who dies this round at the start of 9/11. Kai climbs a tree to rest. Kibo tends to his wounds. Eric, KG, and Lotus start fighting, but KG runs away as Eric kills Lotus. Hopefully you didn't pick Lotus because she is now gone. Rest in peace, Lotus. Eric, that is your 11th kill, I think? Did he just have 10? He just had 10. 11th kill, jeez. Alice stays awake all night. He killed, oh my gosh, so many people. But let's proceed. You can still get more at the start of day 12. Kai traps himself and bleeds out. Rest in peace, Kai. KG kills Alice with a hatchet. Rest in peace, Alice. Eric cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide, and Kibo unknowingly eats toxic berries. Wait. Oh. Oh, that's it. We'll proceed? Yeah, 5 cannon shots. Oh my gosh. It was such a sudden stop. It didn't even go to the final. Okay, well, let's get them a Claire de Lune real quick because... Lotus. Kai. Alice. Eric. Kibo. Because we don't really need to see everybody's statuses, but I'll look anyway. Just to, like, double check. Yeah, no. With just 1 KO at the very end, your winner. From Your Turn to Die, KG. And I think the order that happened, Kibo gets 2nd place? Which means, yeah, yes. KG and Kibo will go into the first episode of Season 3 to determine a champion. To see if Junko can successfully defend her championship. I'm excited for that. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric, 11 kills. If someone should have won, it probably should have been you, because holy heck. Holy heck. That's wild. That is, you got 1 out of 9 kills. 1 out of 9. That's ridiculous. 4th place, Alice. 5th place, Kai. 6th was Lotus, followed by Rantaro, Quark, Mikan, and in 10th place, the top 10, the perfect 10. We had Mahiru. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I'll do a slow scroll for everyone else because, geez Louise, we had a lot of people from all of these killing games. Jeez. Look at all of these faces. Gab, I was rooting for you. Right below Gab, Jin, I was rooting for you too. Oh man, and 99th place was Kyoko. If this was still winners versus losers, it would have been great for you, Kyoko. It would have been great. I'm so sorry. But we'll proceed. There's the summary. 12 days, I'm sorry. We went to 12 days. We went to 12 days. Not often do we reach that, but that is wild. Proceed again. There's the kills. 11 KOs for Eric. After that, it just goes to 6, and we had a couple people with 6. V3 had the best placements, apparently. They did the best on average in terms of people, but KG, Your Turn to Die, won the whole thing for them. And I guess we can just go back to the reaping. We can see everybody, we can see all the killing games. That's it, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this massive killing game. I hope you saw people who you didn't think could work together ever work together. You saw Mahiru and Himino in a red-headed alliance. You saw all sorts of people trading bread with each other. You saw Kokichi and So in a moment together Lion. But that was some solid teamwork. And speaking of teamwork, Season 3, half of Season 3 will be all about the teamwork. Because in the description, in the pinned comment, and on the community tab right now as this video ends, because wow, this is a long one, isn't it? There were 99 people. I expected it to be a long one. I've been recording for quite a bit. In all of those locations is a new post that you can submit multiple times because you guys will be making tag teams to compete in Season 3. If you click that link, there is a form for you can submit all sorts of tag teams. Like you could put Kaede and Shuichi together. You could put Chihiro and Kazuichi together. You could put whoever you want together, whoever you think would work well together, slap them on a fantastic nickname, like you could put freaking Sayaka, and nobody wants to be with freaking Sayaka, let's be honest. But instead, you could put, for example, Kokichi and Nagito together and give them a fantastic nickname. Someone has actually already done that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all you have to do. There is more description in the community tab post, but that will be open all the way until Season 3 starts, which is the first Thursday in October. which is the 4th, 5th? 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 I think it's the 5th. I don't really know. Does 5th, 6th, 6th, 5th? Might be the 4th. Who knows? Who knows, you guys? Actually, I do know. The 30th is a Monday, right? So it's the 3rd? Is that true? Don't double check me on that, but I think that's accurate. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to KG. I did not expect him to take the win, to be honest, but I'm glad he did. Only 1 KO too. He almost had a passive as a victory, with everyone falling around him in that last round. And congratulations to Kibo, because you two will be making it to the first episode. The first singles episode of Season 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your United States Aviator is taking off, telling to stay classy passengers in this year of the Aviator. And I say to you, toodaloo flight crew, until tomorrow, which is also a very, not nowhere near as big, but also a very exciting episode, a very exciting, like, cross-universe episode. Get excited for it. Toodaloo, flight crew.